Welcome to the Fat Guys with Smokers podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm John. We're a couple of overweight barbecue enthusiasts trying to share our love for sweet and smoky food with the world.
Thanks for hanging out with us as we talk about life, share recipes, successes, and failures that have all led to our love of cooking outdoors. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another tantalizing episode of Fat Guys with Smokers.
Ooh,
Yeah.
getting spicy with it.
I've been reading the thesaurus, so can't say thesaurus, but I've been reading it.
You can tell school is back in session.
Oh, man. It is. I'm getting in the groove. We're going to make it through this. Only 170 days left, so,
10 days in already.
Yeah, I hope so.
Who's counting, right?
Yeah, nobody. We do it for the love of the children. I'm Mike, here with John. Hope everybody had a good Labor Day.
Yeah.
It's kind of rainy here.
I know, it was, so Sunday night, you texted and said you were going up the canyon.
Yeah.
Did you get caught in that?
We did. So we were not planning on staying. Our kids went up the night before and stayed with their aunt up the canyon. And then we went up to eat dinner. And then we were planning on coming home that night. But we were planning on staying, playing some games, eating some s'mores. And we ended up just trying to beat the monsoon out of there. It rained pretty hard.
Yeah, so Haley's got a little weather station out in her chicken coop farm. Farmer Haley's got a weather station.
Right on.
We got a half inch of rain in 15 minutes.
Yeah. It was legitimately like a deluge.
And 15 minutes is probably on the long side. It was closer to 10. It just opened up, and running from my truck to my garage, which, okay, I don't run that fast. And I was in a pair of slides that I was slipping all over the place. But
that's dangerous.
It's like 30 feet, and I was soaked to the bone, had to go change my clothes.
Yeah, dude. We were sitting at a picnic table and literally maybe 10, 15 feet to the trailer, and everybody was just drenched. And it came on fast, and it didn't last forever long, but it was still drizzling when we left. Which is good. I like a good rain. I'm on board.
Yeah. No, I'm a big fan. I grew up in the South, and we've had a couple of thunderstorms in called the last 8 months that have kind of reminded me of the good old days.
How it was, huh? I remember you used to talking about the July 4th one, and then we had another one this summer, late summer, that I remember we just sat and looked out the front door at just bam, 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 lightning everywhere. It was way cool.
Yeah, I can remember. We lived in Meridian, Mississippi for a whopping 6 months.
Oh, wow.
It was enlightening.
I don't know anything about Mississippi, except for that's where Malcolm Reed's from.
Yeah, it is a different world, man. Let's put it that way. But we were my dad had started a new job. We were looking for a house, so we were staying in an apartment. And we were on the 3rd floor, and I can remember the whole building swaying in the wind and the rain. And when the thunder hit, stuff in the cupboards rattled.
Oh, man.
That terrified me as a kid, but now I'm like, all right, let's go.
Kind of cool. Kind of cool. We don't get that a lot around here.
No, we don't.
Well.
But otherwise, you do anything else fun?
No, not really. We played some football. Damon has won 2 of his football games, which is pretty exciting. We played some good teams, but we won 2-0 the other day.
Which means the defense won the game.
Exactly. We did not score 1 point on offense, and we got a safety. But a win's a win, right?
There goes. Is Damon still playing offensive line?
Yep, offensive line. He plays a little bit of defense, but mostly offensive line.
Nice.
But he's liking it. That's pretty much our life. Our kids start flag soon, so we're just going to be football.
Yep.
And you either eat dinner at 4 o'clock or 10 o'clock, so it's really fun. It's a good time.
Yep. We bought a vending machine this weekend.
What? You did not tell me about this.
You didn't see it in the driveway?
No, it was dark.
Yeah. the boys have been on. There's a couple in the neighborhood that the kids hit after school and stuff. And anyways, Facebook Marketplace, man, it's a bad. It's a bad thing. It's dangerous.
You're always
the things
getting
I'll
cool
find
stuff off of that.
Anyways, do you know how much a vending machine weighs?
I do not. I don't know.
I googled it. It says about 800 pounds.
Holy cow!
And if it was 800, it was 1,200.
Really?
I mean, that or I've just gotten real puny.
Load and unload it? I guess that makes sense because it's kind of like a fridge. Is like a pop machine or like a candy vending
No, it's
machine?
a pop machine.
Yeah.
Dude, and I've moved fridges.
Yeah.
Like by myself. No big deal. You wrap a strap around it, you put it on a dolly, and you just kind of
let her go.
push and pull, and it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't tip the dolly by myself.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know this.
So, yeah, by his grace alone, we got it onto a trailer because it was me, Haley, and some guy that's going to UVU or BYU. I don't know. He was more of a Chad than he was a bro who was going to really get in and help lift and move stuff.
No.
So we got it onto the trailer and then had a couple of guys here in the neighborhood help me stand it up and move it around, but bent my hand truck.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't realize they were so heavy.
Neither did I. But it was like the guy's like, oh, bring a bunch of guys. Like, you're really going to need help. And I was like, buddy, I move big stuff around all the time. Like, you don't understand. I'm a big, strong, strapping guy. I can do this stuff. Mm-hmm. And I did it, and my arms hurt. Like, my whole body hurt. Like, I'd been playing football in high school again.
Huh. The kid's liking it, though?
Needs a little bit of work, so it's not like
fully operational.
It's cold program. Like, the controller's there. I got to do some work on the change machine. But,
cool.
Yeah, should be fun.
Super exciting.
So we did that, and then probably what our listeners actually care about.
Yeah.
We did some cooking.
Yeah, we should probably talk about that, huh?
Yeah. I did one cook over the weekend that I'm pretty pumped about, and then I did one tonight that by the time this drops, that should have hit the Instagram post. So
right on.
Go check out our Instagram if you haven't done so already, because
listen, we're doing a pretty good job of keeping that bad boy updated, and it's given us some good excuses to do some cooks. So
yeah, we've been doing a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
But let's start with you. What'd you cook this weekend?
Dude, so Malcolm Reed has a video where he does like a strip steak sandwich for his fantasy football. He always does a huge thing. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I watched it, and it was basically a Philly. And I've made so many Phillies the last little bit, and I love a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. Don't get me wrong, but I was like, I gotta try it. I don't just want to try something else. But I loved the idea of using strip steak and actually cutting it. So New York strip, and cut it up into strips. So I cooked it on the Weber, which I'm very happy about. I'll talk about that in a second. But I cooked it on the Weber, just hot and fast. I did saute some onions to go on it, and then cut it up into strips, and then thin strips. We're talking as thin as I could get them with a knife, maybe an eighth of an inch. At least that was the goal. Gordon Ramsay may not love my knife work, but I thought it looked all right. And then I just took, so he had like this fancy brioche bun that looked beautiful. I just had a couple of slices of bread. I was doing it on Saturday night for myself because our kids were gone, and my wife wasn't going to eat any. So I just got a couple pieces of bread, toasted them, and piled it on the toast, and then put some sauteed onions, and I put a fried egg on there, which was actually really good. The only thing I would change is the sauce. I just put mayo on there because it's what I had. A garlic aioli or a chipotle mayo or something like that would have really sent it over the edge. But man, it was good. Like, I'm not even joking. That was one of the best sandwiches I've ever had. Just the way the strip steak, like, so tender, and falls apart when you cut it into thin little pieces. It's almost like you're eating roast beef, but it's delicious, like charbroiled.
Dude.
It was so good.
I know. I saw that hit Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I'd been sitting there on the couch.
Yeah,
like,
you texted me.
Like, what should I eat? Like, I need to eat something. Like, it was one of those, I was so tired from the day. I didn't want to cook. I didn't want to do anything. And I was like, nah, I got to do something. And then here comes Mike.
Dude, it was phenomenal. So, however, I have learned, and I kind of already knew this, but I just prefer meat over charcoal. Like, I really enjoy cooking it that way. Because I got like a 4-pack of New York strip. It was on sale. So I cooked 2 for the sandwich, and I cooked the other 2 tonight. And I wanted to try it on my Blackstone. And so I tried it on the Blackstone, and I mean, part of it was my fault because I ran out of propane halfway through the cook. So, like, I sauteed some mushrooms and onions and then went to throw my steaks on, just, like, cranked everything up, and it just kind of, I mean, it sizzled a little, but I was like, what's going on? Realized I was out of propane.
That's the worst.
Yeah. So part of it was that, because by then it was cooking enough that the inside was kind of warming up, and then when I really cranked the heat up, got the propane switched, and seared it on both sides, it was just a little bit overcooked. So it wasn't fantastic. So I don't know if I gave the Blackstone a fair shot, but definitely still prefer the Weber for a steak.
Yeah, I love that, like, charcoal flavored sear on it.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the reverse sear. I like thick steaks, though.
Yeah.
Like 1.5 inch, even 2-inch thick.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all about it.
For sure.
All about it.
Yeah.
But then finish it off. Like, I'll even go, like, what do they call it? Afterburner method. Where you just put a pan on top of a charcoal chimney and just get it screaming hot to sear it off.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Oh,
I like it.
Yeah. I've got a cast iron skillet that I'll put on top of a charcoal chimney. And,
Oh, okay.
I mean, sucker gets hot.
Yeah, I'll bet.
And you throw some butter in it and, man, just to sear it real fast.
Butter. Butter's a game changer with steak.
Butter.
I love it.
I know there's what do they call it? Cowboy butter or cowboy sauce? I've been seeing a bunch on Instagram and stuff.
I've not seen this, but I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Huh. I've seen like compound butters where they put like the garlic and herbs and stuff.
Yeah, it's that same kind of thing, but it's got a bunch of stuff in it and it just looks delicious.
Huh. Right on.
So
look it up.
nice, man.
Anyway, it was really good. So, what about you? What'd you do?
Well, I was going to do a brisket. We talked about that. But my dad decided to do a brisket. So he did a brisket and a pork shoulder.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, I'll ride the gravy train on this. Did some baked beans to go with it. Which, man, I am becoming a bigger and bigger fan of baked beans. Like, I've always liked them. But, dude, they've been so good lately. Put them out on smoker for a couple of hours. Let them soak up the smoke. Throw some pulled pork in them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So how do you do your baked beans? It's not just can of Bushes, right?
Yeah. I mean, I start with a can of Bushes.
Right. That's kind of the starting point.
But this one had some green and red bell pepper, onion, and I started with that, sauteed that up in a pan, got it started to get it soft, add a little bit of color to it.
Before you throw it in with the beans.
Yep.
Right on.
And then threw in the pulled pork, kind of crisped that up a little bit. And then...
So you threw the pulled pork in with the sauteed vegetables before it goes in. Oh, I like that.
Yep.
Okay.
And then
the crispiness.
Yeah, so I do that on a stove inside, or I've done it in a Dutch oven or whatever outside when I've needed to. And then in just like a 9x13 foil pan, dump in a couple of cans. I think we did 3 small cans of Bush's baked beans. Added that, brown sugar, barbecue sauce, and out to the smoker for... I think these went for like hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes.
What's your go-to barbecue sauce for them?
Most of the time we just have Sweet Baby Ray's.
I think that's all I've ever used.
Yeah, I mean, I like Kraft. Like, I'm not super picky. I like Famous Dave's. I don't know. I'm not a sauce snob, so to speak.
Nor am I, especially in a situation like that. Like, it's just going to add a little bit. You've still got delicious flavors. The sauce ain't the boss in that situation.
Yeah. But we did that. So that was like the big cook, and I didn't even cook for it. But Monday we did Detroit style pan pizza.
Oh yeah, I saw this. Tell us.
So I mean, we did it from scratch, made the dough, and like, it's not hard, but it takes some time because the dough has to raise, and then you punch it down, and the dough has to raise again. So that part took 2 hours between the two different like proofing periods. But otherwise, like, it's a piece of cake. Like, it's the easiest pizza I've ever made in my life.
Really?
And it was so stupid good.
Yeah. So, what makes it Detroit style?
I should know this. Like, I feel like I'm a pizza guy. I know it makes Chicago pizza, Chicago deep dish pizza.
Yeah. Everything's under the sauce or whatever?
Well, it's under the sauce. It's a specific type of crust.
Okay.
But Detroit pizza, one, it's a pan pizza. And then there's very little sauce on the pizza.
I saw that.
So it's the dough, and then I put down a little bit of shredded mozz, and then you're supposed to use Wisconsin brick cheese. Obviously, I wasn't going to find Wisconsin brick cheese in the supermarket here, so we used provolone. A solid layer of sliced provolone, and then just 2 like strips of sauce.
So no meat, just cheese and sauce and deliciousness.
I put pepperoni on it too once I put the sauce on.
Oh, gotcha.
And it was phenomenal.
It looked really good.
Yeah. And like, I'm a total junkie for the Little Caesars lunch special, which is that same kind of deep dish pizza.
Okay.
I think they do sauce first and then cheese, but it's just that deep dish pan pizza that's got like a real crispy edge from the cheese. And man, we devoured that thing, and my kids were just like raving about it, which, I mean, they're good eaters, but they were pretty pumped about that. So
I threw it down, huh?
It's already back on the menu this week, and Haley put it there, which is, that's the one.
That's how you know it's arrived.
Yeah, I mean, Haley likes pizza, but I could eat pizza every day. She's like, once every 2 weeks, that's plenty for me. I don't get it, but that's her.
On the subject of pizza, have you ever made like a deep dish pizza in a cast iron skillet on the smoker?
No, I mean, I've done Chicago style deep dish pizza, which they're not cast iron pans, but like, I've got a big 14-inch round pan that's a deep dish pan.
See, I want to try it. I've been watching a couple videos. I want to try it where it goes on the smoker, but I almost want to try like a barbecue chicken bacon type pizza, but in the cast iron skillet. I tried it in an oven once. People do it a lot. But I wondered if it would be really good on the smoker or if it would just be a little too much. But at the temp you got to do pizza at, it's not going to get overpowered, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, this pizza like had very little smoke to it.
Really?
I mean, if you know what you're tasting, like, you can tell that it's a wood-fired pizza instead of one cooked in an oven. But it wasn't like, hickory.
Yeah.
So,
gotcha.
Yeah. But it was really good. And then tonight, we, I'm trying to remember what the boys were calling them now. We used leftover brisket, and they were Brisket Biscuit Surprises.
Oh.
Try and say that 3 times fast.
Not a chance. I don't even think I could get through it once.
Yeah. Another just super easy meal. Like, we took leftover brisket, kind of chopped it up, mixed that with some shredded cheese and barbecue sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took biscuits in a can, pressed those out flat, and made like little pouches like empanadas or turnovers or whatever you want to call them
Mm-hmm.
out of this brisket filling, sprinkled them with a barbecue rub and put them out on the smoker. They probably went for about 20 minutes at 350.
Nice.
And we brought them in, and I mean, we ate at 6 o'clock 3 hours ago, and I'm still like uncomfortable. I'm so full.
Oh, that sounds really easy and also quite delicious. Anything
They're really good.
Maybe you already said it and I missed it. Anything besides the brisket inside the biscuit?
A little bit of cheese and barbecue sauce.
Oh, yeah. My fantasy football team is named Risket for the Brisket.
Risket for the brisket.
I like it.
Nice. How is your fantasy team doing?
I don't know. We'll see. First game, I guess, is the day this will come out. So,
Yeah, I guess tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I'm in 2 leagues this year.
Ooh.
So.
I did fantasy football 1 year,
Uh-huh.
and I won the league.
Really?
And I was like, I'm quitting while I'm ahead.
Yeah.
It is such an investment in time.
Well, that's the thing. And if I put a lot of time into it, then immediately all my players get injured and I just die anyway.
I hate that.
I do like the fact that I can watch any football game and I'm a little more invested because I probably have a player on one or the other team. But other than that, it's just for fun. Some people get way too into it and they need to calm down. But anyway, it's fun.
Nice. I'm doing a college pick'em this year.
Oh, let me know how that goes. I'm interested in that.
Yeah, that's been fun because it's literally a 5-minute process every week. Like, this team, and these scores, and I'm done.
And then, so do you have like a group that you do it with, and then you get a score every week or something?
Yeah.
Right on. Huh.
Yeah, my brother-in-law's a realtor, so his brokerage always, they're always doing something like this.
No, that's way cool.
Yeah. So, that's what we're doing.
That's awesome.
But I guess before we wrap up, Mike, we need an update on the count.
Oh, yeah. I was going to talk to you about this.
Has anybody in your class cried yet?
No, not yet.
Well,
I think I was pretty close the other day, but nobody yet.
Okay. And then I think we said how many times was a phone going to ring?
Yeah, so here's a story. Kids don't have... remember when we used to, pay for ringtones that were cool? Uh-huh. Kids just put their phone on silent now. So all you ever hear is a buzz. So it's harder for me to pick up. And we're still in the honeymoon phase. Give them credit. The kids have been pretty good so far. But it's only a matter of time before I just break a stool over their back. I don't know.
That's going to hurt. Most of the stools are metal in school anymore.
Yep, that's true.
Oh.
So
Did I tell you about the time I broke one of those composite desks?
I don't think so.
So in our high school, we had those I don't know what else to call it. Just a hard top desk and chair all in one.
Uh-huh.
And the top, it had to have been cracked or something, and already weakened. There's no way that I did this on my own. But I fell asleep in the back of my World Lit class. Uh-huh. And I was sitting there, and I'm a drooler. I'll admit it. And I was sitting with my hand like this, and my hand slipped, and my forehead went down and hit the corner of the desk, and a chunk of the desk fell off.
Like karate style.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
that's awesome.
I'll never forget it. Rich Grant was sitting next to me and was just, he and I had this unspoken understanding between the two of us. We had World Lit together, and then we had AP Calc together. And we kind of would trade off, he would sleep, I would sleep. We'd swap notes at the end.
Nice.
Life was good.
There you go. Everybody needs somebody like that.
Yeah, I still remember Rich looking at me going dude.
That's awesome.
So,
Have you ever broke a chair when you sat down in it?
Yes.
I have this comedian I listen to, his name's Aaron Weber. He's hilarious, but he's like, I don't know if you've ever broken a chair, but one's enough. He's like, and I was in a movie theater, so I took out like row J. I didn't, because everything's connected. It's so funny. Anyway.
No, I haven't broken one like that. I broke one of those like flimsy plastic
Oh, yeah.
yard chairs.
Those are scary. I haven't sat in a chair with confidence for a long time. It's time. I should probably make some changes to my life.
I was at a training today. We weren't at our office. We were at another company office here in the Valley today, and like I'm friends with the owners, and they're big guys, and they've got those lifetime folding chairs that I was like, guys, what are you doing? Like none of us sit comfortably on these. Like, not only is it not wide enough for me, but like it's not even deep enough to get both cheeks on here. Like, can we please, for the love, like have real chairs?
Splurge a little bit and just get a chair that fits us all.
Yeah, so I had to give them a little bit of crap, but it was fun.
That's funny.
Yeah, but the whole time I was like sliding out of my chair, like, no, trying to sit up. So, on that note,
yeah, that was awesome. You got any big cooks coming up?
I don't think I do. We're going camping this weekend, but I think we're I think we're Friday night. We're going camping. I think we're just gonna do hot dogs again.
Right on.
The kids love cooking a hot dog over a fire, and
dude, so easy and so cool. Like, those are the memories that your kids remember.
I know. We didn't even talk about the grill at at the campsite. That thing's super cool.
It is cool. Like, they've had it for a while. We cook on it all the time. Father-in-law just made it out of scrap metal like 30 years ago, and it does a great job. So check out the gram. Got some pictures of it. It's just like a Santa Maria type style grill, but it's just chains, and I mean, pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to cook on too. So
yeah, I know. The more I see of this property, the more I want to go hang out on it.
Yeah. So you should.
As soon as I get invited.
Awkward. I think we should.
Yeah.
We haven't got up as much as we'd like to this year. Anywho,
until next time. I'm John.
I'm Mike.
And this is Fat Guys with Smokers. Thanks for listening to the Fat Guys with Smokers podcast. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe so you don't forget to tune in for even more nonsense from a couple of Fat Guys with Smokers.
Don't forget to like, subscribe.